Access Analog has just released the Magic Garden rig and it includes an Elusia Alpha compressor. So I am absolutely going to take a look. Let's get started. Alright, Access Analog is basically analog equipment in the cloud. So what it does is it streams your audio to the analog gear and the result it streams it's back to you through a plugin, and from that plugin you can control the analog equipment in their racks, and how they do it is by simply attaching a little stepper motor to the controls or little button pusher thingies, whatever, to the little buttons that needs to be pushed. And they've been doing this for quite some time now. And I've actually reviewed the infrasonic mastering chain in a different video, which I'll link over here. And when they reached out to me about that video, they were talking about this chain as well already. And I actually wanted to check out this chain way more than the other one. So let's dive into it immediately. This is the chain. So the chain starts off with an ADDA from MeTech, I don't know how you pronounce this. The Overstayer compressor. Never used that one before. The Focusrite Model 315, which is an isomorphic equalizer, which I did touch a few times in the analog domain. Of course, the Elusia Alpha compressor, which I love. I've used it a few times already. It's an amazing compressor. The Fairman TMEQ, never used it, but we're going to try it out because that's one of the use cases of such a thing. The Pacific Microsonics HDCD. I was actually trying this thing out before the video, and I think there's a bug in here, so we're not going to check this thing out. Also, it has this thing, and at the end it has an HEDD or HEDD from Cranesong, where we can add some triode, pentode, and tape saturation. Very well known AD converter. So yeah, let's just play with this analog gear, because I think this is the closest you can get to playing with analog gear without actually having to get the analog gear into your studio or travel somewhere to try the analog gear out. I think this is really, yeah, the closest you can get. Yeah, let's check out this Overstayer thing. Engage. Non-linear, linear, non-linear, whatever. And you will probably find the track title in the comments down below. So they should, they could have made a linking between these two, where you can just, now it's too much analog. They should just have some kind of auto gain linking in here. Now I'm doing that stupid thing, the stupid non-auto gain dance. Do the dance with me, non-auto gain dance. Yeah, now I'm struggling for gain again here. There's also a 2.5 second delay between the controls and the changing of the sound, and that's because I have it on a long buffer, because I want to have a stable connection, and also this rack is probably in the US while I'm in the Netherlands, in Europe. So oh, this is not only just nice for mastering. This is also like, if you would like do this on just drums and bass. Again, there's a delay, delay. Everybody in the comments, there's a delay. I think I need to repeat it one more time. There is a delay! Oh, nice, 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 nice. Alright, let's disengage this thing. Alright. Let's move on with this Focusrite EQ. It is very a very cramped user interface, which maybe works better on the analog gear because it's analog and it's tactile. But here I'm really like struggling for what I'm looking at. Okay, let's just EQ something here. So you basically have two values here for these bands. Or you have like the low and the high value, and you can also switch it to high. Interesting stuff. This is a very straightforward equalizer. Cool. Let's just dial this whole setting back a little bit. And drive that into the alpha compressor, which is... Oh, was already doing something. Okay. Okay, let's do some equal gaining here. Like, I don't know. What I like about the alpha compressor so much, like it's... Look at how much it is doing! And we're like on super fast settings here. It just doesn't care. It just does it. That's why, like, with the alpha compressor, I'm constantly like, take my money, really. This is just such, and like, you have the plugin, of course, like the Brainworks plugin is good, but there is a difference. This is just not normal. Look at how much it is. A bit of soft clipping as well, maybe. I want one of those. Get me one of them. Get me one. And this is like a pretty wrong setting to make on such a compressor. Like normally you would calm it down a bit more, like, I don't know, something like this. Like normally you wouldn't do that on an analog compressor because it doesn't want to. But this one is like, oh, no problem, I'll do it. You want that? I'll do it. It's just so, yeah. The alpha compressor also has a sidechain filter on it, which is a super interesting filter, because what it does is basically like, if I would set this thing to 280 or something, and then adjust the sidechain gain, if I turn it up, that's a high pass filter, so it will respond less to the low frequencies. If I turn it down, it's a low pass filter, so it will respond more to the low frequencies. That's a really cool feature, although I don't know if I would use this a lot. Also, it has a normal EQ band in here, which is, I think, some kind of a tilt filter as well. Like if you turn it up, it boosts the high side of the selected frequency, and if you turn it down, it boosts the low side of the selected frequency. Also has parallel modes and but like, okay, let's see if we can break the alpha compressor. Sorry, Ruben. No, we need to break it more. This is not breaking it enough. Let's increase the input gain. Let's see you for, yeah. Ah, there we go. Like it's like a steamroller. It just. Okay, now it starts to. At 16 decibels of compression. How does it do that? Okay, let me know in the comments below if I'm crazy. No, that's too obvious. Let me know in the comments down below if you agree. Like, is this really? Because I've always found the alpha compressor to be very special, very capable. But is that me? Or is that really true? What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. And also, like, checking an alpha compressor, they're pretty rare. I don't see them in a lot of studios. So checking and testing one, like a real one, not the fucking plugin, is difficult. But now you can with the Access Analog thing. Just to check it out. Like, really, everybody check it out and then come back in the comments and tell me. Anyway, we also have the Fairman, which is something that I've never used before, but it's really cool to test in here, to check in here, because that's what I really, what I personally really like Access Analog for. It's really, for me, this is really something to really play with. This is my playtime. That sounds weird. I just like to play with all types of different audio gear, and having that in a plugin to just test and play with, just really cool. And you're really getting the analog sound. And I hope that comes across through YouTube, because the YouTube codec still isn't lossless. That's also an issue. You can actually hear the stepper motors going in the background. Like you hear like the tick tick tick. That stuff, yeah. Whoa! Oh, okay. Nasty. Oh, there's something weird going on here now. Let's try out the think it needs to be checked a little bit before release. Like I'm of course testing pre-release stuff, but this one is crunching a little bit too much. Most of all on my left speaker, where I'm starting to get afraid of my actual speakers. But it's not very healthy for my speakers. Anyway, cool as well. One of the things that I would love to see in something like this is a graphic overview as well. Like just a render of the approximate EQ, like the approximate graphic EQ. Last thing I want to check in here is that Crane-song head thing. So let's bypass this and just listen to the different sounds of the Crane-song, which is something like a lot of engineers have this converter just for these colors on there. Oh, that's too much. It did cut out my army. Oh, it cuts it out again. Okay. So triode, pentode are tube types. Depending on the amount of grids that are in the tubes. Triode, it's depending on the amount of things that are in the tube. Triode is 3, pentode is 5. So 3 grids, an anode and a cathode. But a triode is just an anode, grid and cathode. Absolutely useless information. And tape, of course, like magnetic saturation. See that mid. You could fall asleep for 100 hours and I wouldn't miss a thing. I would keep you safe while you were dreaming. You could scream and shout, cry 1,000 tears, and I wouldn't let fear win. What you feel, I feel. Together we're healing. I don't care that seasons change. 'Cause darling, I'll stay right here with you. Every night and every day. 'Cause darling, there's nothing in this world I'd rather do. Never been this close to heaven. Never felt something just like this ecstasy. Never been this close to heaven. I don't know if this is real or fantasy. I mean, it's just a almost full-blown mastering chain in a plugin, and it's of course streaming live and stuff, but it's analog. I mean, cool stuff. I'm definitely again impressed by the Illusia Alpha, but yeah, I'll read those opinions in the comments, of course. There is, however, one issue with this plugin, and that is that there is only one of them. And I mean, everybody can download the plugin, but there's literally only one of these chains. As far as I know, it's only one, but I mean, if they would have multiple of them, it's still a limited amount of these chains. So if I'm using the alpha compressor, at that moment, you cannot use the alpha compressor, or I think actually the full chain. Like, you can only use it if nobody else is using it. So that's very limiting, and can be like for a professional engineer, that can be a huge issue. Like, if I need to send a project to my client, but I can't because other people are using the chain, that's difficult. However, if you want to play with things, or if you want to try out some gear, or if you want to, you know, DIY analog master your own album, you can do it on gear that would normally be so expensive. And the only thing you have to keep into account is that it's not always available. But there is a certain market for it. Anyway, I'll link to it in the description down below, and you can check it out yourself, of course. And yeah, and if you've tried this, or if you've ever tried one of these units in here, let me know in the comments down below what you think, because I'm a huge fan of this high-class analog gear. Although I don't own it myself, but still, I just really appreciate the craftsmanship of like high-class analog gear. So yeah, let me know in the description down below. Down below are also my affiliate links for Thomann, Sweetwater, and Plugin Boutique. And if you use those links for your next purchase, so that's hardware purchases and software purchases, a little bit of your purchase amount will be kicked back to me for referring you to those shops. So it's highly appreciated if you use those links for your next purchase. I'm reviewing the Access Analog software free of charge. I'm not affiliated with them, and the link in the description will also be a direct link. And I'm doing that in my ongoing effort to keep this channel and my opinion as clean as possible, as uninfluenced as possible. Anyway, if you appreciate the independence, you can also consider becoming a channel member. And you can become a channel member starting at $4.99 a month, in which you get early access to videos, or $7.99 a month, in which you're getting access to exclusive content. The join button will be somewhere down below, and if you can't see it, you have to go to the YouTube website. I'll link a playlist of membership content over here, so you can check it out. And if you just want to watch more videos and support me in that way without becoming a member, you can also do that. I'll link an interesting video over here. Thanks for watching, keep pushing, and bye bye.